Everybody, G Bear out here with another installment of Homesteading the Desert here on November 12th, 2017, day after Veterans Day. I hope you all had a good one. Anyway, let's get to it here. You see all my tools out here. Well, today's been one of those humdrum, cloudy, overcast days all day. No wind. There's a light breeze, probably about a half mile an hour, just enough to cool things down. But you can see the sky is, excuse me, the sky is dark and cloudy, and let's just say I wasn't generating a lot of electricity today, but I've been running all these power tools out here all day since 8:30 this morning, and I'll show you in a little while, but I still have full batteries inside. So it was asked what would I do if I had to work my batteries all day long and didn't get a charge. Well, that goes to prove I've got half my battery bank out here and half my solar panels out here, and no wind power going in today. And I still had plenty of power to do all the work I had to do for a whole day. What you're looking at in here is my electric room, my solar room. And I've got 3 shelves, one on the bottom and 2 more above that. And I left a good 20-inch space in between those so that I can reach in there with the water filler, battery water filler, and without banging my hands and all of that. I have plenty of room with 20 inches in between. So I'll be starting with 8 batteries on the bottom, 8 batteries in the middle, and 4 batteries on the top, and I'll add 4 more onto there, and I have a total of 24 batteries in my battery bank, and I'll have all the electricity I need. I'm planning on trying to get up to about 2 kilowatts of solar and 1,685 watts of wind, so I'll be fine out here. And over here I put another shelf in. That's where the big inverter will sit. I may have to cut it down in size, but I'm not sure yet. I like to leave a little bit of extra shelf beside the unit where I can keep a screwdriver and some pliers, wire strippers, things like that that I need to grab right away, and I'll have those handy if I need them. But that's where the inverter will go, and right there on the other side of that wall is where the electric panel is. So I'll just be dropping right off of this inverter and going right through the wall into the electric panel. It'll be a short run of number 6 stranded, and that should give me no amp drops or volt drops going into my my panel. And you see these 2 wires coming down here where I've already put a light fixture up there at the top, and that's a 12 volt CFL from one of the Harbor Freight solar panel sets. And I got my switch on the wall. I'll have to wire that up after I get everything else moved out here. I'm not going to punch holes through the wall and have to change that out later. All these wires you see running through the wall here, this is all going to get cleaned up because it's not going to all go inside anymore. I'm just going to leave one controller inside where I can keep an eye on what my battery rates are, and everything else will be out here. Now I'll have my other controllers on the wall right here, and the wires from the solar panels and the turbine will come in through the wall and connect straight to that. So I can shorten up a lot of this wiring. Also, I've got some 12 gauge wiring on some of my solar panels. I've got to swap all of that over to 10 gauge, which is this one right here. And you can see the difference on this little 12 gauge. It's a lot smaller. So there's voltage dropping. And I've got about 50 feet of cord cabled up there. And I don't need all of that, but I didn't want to cut it because when I size everything to the exact size I need, I'll have all this extra for other things that I need to use it on. So I've already put my little generator, my little 2-stroker in here, 1200 watts when I need it. It will not run inside here. That's going to be moved to the outside when I need to use it. And I'll have some bulkhead connections that'll run right through the wall right there. So I can set that thing outside and run it outside and just connect the two little alligator clips to the bulkhead connectors, which will go right to the batteries. That'll also give me the ability, if I need to just pull my van over and put jumper cables from the van over to the bulkhead connections, because I am running a 12-volt system. And I can use the van to charge up the batteries if it was one of those really, really bad nuclear fallout type things where we didn't have sun for a year. I could still keep on going. All right, and then up there you'll see 3 holes. I did those this morning. Closer to the truth, there's the vents that I was mentioning. I've put that through. And on the outside, let me see here. I've got my vent cover on there to keep the bugs out, and I'm all sealed. I also did the roof this morning. I got up there and roofed this thing. It's tar papered and roofed and sealed and drip edge on there and all of that stuff. Tomorrow morning I'll probably put my piece of gutter up here and get ready to start piping all my downspouts to start collecting water. What a cloudy, overcast day. Anyway, we're back around moving again, and I want to show you something else that I hauled in from out in the desert. I've had my eye on this for a little over a year now. It was just down the road. Somebody dumped an old mattress there, and it's a mattress spring. I waited for the mattress part to rot off of it, and as you can see, it's off now, and just a little bit of debris left on there, but my little propane torch will take care of all that. And you'll say, well, what do you want that for? Well, this is my guest bed. Kidding. No, what I actually do with this is years ago, I used to go out to the desert just about 6 miles north of here, and there was a couple of outdoor shooting ranges where everybody went and shot, and they'd just leave the brass on the ground. And since I'm a reloader, I would go over there and collect brass. Well, some of it would get buried in the dirt from driving over it and the wind blowing, things like that. And it was hard to find them. Well, I found an old mattress spring like this, and I hooked it up to the back of the ATV just like I do my drag sled, and I dragged it around. And what it did was, you can see, it turns everything up. Because see all the rocks that have popped up here and everything? And it'll also smooth out the ridges from my drag sled when I have those ridges down the center of the road. So this will get a chain hooked to it, so it's all ready to just hang on and take off with. And I don't care if it rusts, it's fine. What it does is smooth out the ground and turn things up. So I like to make sure that there's no nails and things like that around. I've got a 30-inch rolling magnet that I roll around and pick things up with. But there's a lot of black sand out here, and the iron pyrite just clutters up everything. If you drop your screw tip from your screw gun in the dirt here, it takes you 20 minutes just trying to clean out all of the black sand that hooked onto that tip. Okay, well, that's about it, people, for today. I was going to take you inside and show you the gauges here where we're at, and we are at 12.4 right now, and remember, 12.6 is full battery, so 0.2 of a volt isn't anything, considering I've been running this thing, all those power tools, all day long. I also had my toast this morning with the toaster, and the refrigerator is running. And right now, I am drawing 102 watts on the refrigerator. But that's nothing. I'll be watching TV here in a little while. I'll have lights on in here because it's going to get dark real soon. And I will relax and enjoy. Last night, it got a little chilly out here. And the, what was I going to say? The heater was popping on about every 20 minutes. It would run for anywhere from 15 to 20 seconds. and then shut off again. But it never dropped below 68 in here. And right now, as you can see, it is 75 inside, and it is 70 outside. There's my outside thermometer. So it's 5 degrees warmer inside here, and the door's been open all day long because I like to let the air flow in here. I love fresh air. G-Bear signing off.